Hello viewers, welcome to India Today. This is Maruti Acharya.
And I am Sanjay Ponappa.
And we just completed watching both movies, Marco and Rifle Club. Marco videos on the channel, please do check that out. And now we're going to talk about our opinion of the movie Rifle Club.
We are a little late for the film and he thinks we can't review it now. So we are talking our opinion.
Yeah.
Rifle Club, one-liner.
Yeah, before that, just like we are late to the party sometimes, it's okay. It's okay. It's all about taking subscription, joining the club. So you also join our club, like, share and subscribe. Please do all of that.
And if you haven't still watched the film, or there are films in your wish list which you still need to get to but can't seem to take time out for it, make time, go watch it. The film is waiting for you. That club also you can join late. It's all right.
Yes.
Let's talk about Rifle Club. Your first one line about the film.
After a very long time, I enjoyed a simple, nice movie in theaters. Whole and whole.
That's a bold statement to call this film simple, but okay. My one-liner would be, for me personally, it took a little time for it to load, but once it loaded, it was just, the firing was beautiful to watch throughout the film. Once the whole standoff started, it was.
The movie Rifle Club is the new Malayalam movie starring Dileesh Pothan, Hanumankind, Anurag Kashyap. So many surprising performances that we got to see in this movie. And the movie,
It has an ensemble cast.
Yes,
There's
a
lot
very
of
big one.
Really good
Renowned
artists
people.
in the film, yeah.
Yes, and the movie is directed and produced by Aashiq Abu.
Written by Shyam Pushkaran, and the music has been done by Rex Vijayan.
Actually, when I said I had a blast with a simple movie after a very long time, this is again my opinion. My personal favorite movies, especially, they stay with me when they are happening in a very less duration, but there is a lot of intense drama happening. Those kind of movies, the recent release Mags or all the Lokesh Kanagaraj Kayati, Managaram, these kind of movies have a special place in my heart because of the limitations that the duration that they have picked will have, and the way you have to execute and nail every small sequence for it to come together and give that blast of an experience. Rifle Club is one such attempt with music, every technical department, performance, and especially the savage, irrespective of age group, whatever, the way they have executed the action scenes and the full swag and all of that. It was fun. Also songs and dance.
I really liked all the elements that were there in the film. I think that those elements made the film what it is, be it territorialism, be it the 90s touch, the music that resonated with the 90s touch, the costumes, the whole colonial vibe. It is a colonized place, and that is how that whole Rifle Club came into place, and the vibe and the nature of the colonial times that these club members still carry.
Yeah.
All those things really, भाई घर का याद दिला दिया है. So it was very nice to watch all those authentic decisions taken in making the story what it is. Along with it, all the gags, all the banter in the film. It is definitely what you would see when you go into a club.
Correct.
Be it any club around you, when you go into that, there is always this banter, there is this rivalry between two people, the secretary, president, and all of that is always there. So
what keeps this movie special, definitely for me, are the metaphors and the symbolisms that the movie is trying to put out. It is very subtle and sometimes it is very on the face, starting from the introduction scene with Anurag Kashyap and These Are My Cubs, like without spoiling much, from that scene to the costumes, and there is this one tiger kind of costume of Anurag Kashyap and the placing of that scene. These are some examples. So these metaphors make the simple story beautiful on screen and gives such a nice experience. And second thing is how every character, despite of the movie having like 10 to 12 important characters, it's not just one or two characters taking the limelight. It's how every character will stay with you once you're out of the theater. So that is another beautiful quality, reason why it feels wholesome. You root for every character, action. Okay, oh, now this character, there's something that we were expecting from this character. When it comes, bang. So the duration constraints that this cinema had, neatly executed based on giving nice arcs, and considering the movie's duration, every character got fleshed out beautifully.
The way all the characters, in terms of what their capabilities are established right from the beginning, is very beautiful, because it becomes believable when the real heavy lifting starts by the interval or pre-interval. That and the action sequences choreographed are really nice, especially all the shooting that this film has. It never felt like just actors are shooting there. It felt very real. All these people, all the artists actually looked like they were shooters and they are experienced with the rifle,
Correct.
which made it even nice to look at because all of it felt believable.
Yeah.
Even when there were sequences that seemed a little, cinematic, it felt like yes, these people can do it because of the authenticity they built from the beginning, right from the beginning
Yeah.
of the film. So with that, it feels like the action was also choreographed keeping a lot of things in mind. Again, action flies in this film because it's not hand to hand, it's not none of that. Beautifully written, intensity built gunfight is what I'd say. Brilliant, 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 brilliant.
Another beautiful quality about this movie is dialogue. I would call it banter because most of the times the characters are not having a dialogue, they are having a banter. There is a backstory, there's a lot of details in the conversations that they are having, and it is fun to watch two people and the expression, their theatrical nature, behavior. And there is this one song in between. Like, there are some beautiful retro kind of qualities also in the movie which really, really works. And again, brilliance to the writing, where even though this rifle club is there and there are some other portions that are happening within such a less time, there is a lot of world building, character building, story building. There's a lot of work that went into the writing which actually helped in elevating the scene. And the climax shot of everybody coming together is how you leave the auditorium wholesome.
Wholesome, right. That is truly the right word to say while you're walking out of the theater because it feels like the whole club has come together, and just as that, this feeling is definitely there when the film ends. Another big shout out in this film is definitely for the music. The music throughout the film was great. Rex Vijayan
Vijayan.
definitely needs a major, major shout out because the film it carries, again, needs to be pointed out, the theater where we watched it, the sound system glitched, but we could still make out that this music is brilliant. It didn't, whatever happened, we still love the music.
Yes.
And that kind of says a lot about, when you have a proper full wholesome experience, how the music would have enhanced the film. If we are marveling about it so much, just imagine what the real thing would be.
Especially with the climax portion, it reached a point where the audio in the auditorium that we were watching was so low, where I ended up screaming, please increase the audio like 3-4 times. So that is how I know the music is really, really good, and I can feel it. And not just music, it was the sound design also, the gunshots, or the way it's the tension building that happened, and also carrying that humorous tone where it is necessary. It was
Lastly, I'd like to say that love the film, the shooting especially,
Yeah.
that is just stuck to my mind. The guns all look brilliant.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful guns were there to watch, and that is also something I really liked. Just go watch the
Is
film.
it a perfect movie? Not really. No movie is a perfect movie. There are some very, very, very minor flaws. Like the time it takes for the first half to build might feel a little stretched, and there are some song placements which feel a little unnecessary considering the excitement that is there in the narrative. There are very, very minor glitches like this. But there are some movies, right, that will make maybe like my best movie of the year. But there are some movies that, this is one of the movies that I am gonna keep it like this. I think Rifle Club is a movie like that for me personally.
Yeah, I understand. I agree with what you said. For me, that is why I said it took time to load because the first half, some of it was conversation, conversation, conversation. It was going on for quite some time. So you're like, okay, what is going to happen? When is the opening sequence going to connect to all this? And all of that was there. But then, once the fire starts, it starts. Well, that was our review / opinion about the film Rifle
Yeah.
Club.
Also, how was it watching Hanumankind? Yes, with that, like, share, and subscribe. This is Maruti Acharya,
I am Sanjay Ponappa.
and you're watching India Today.